Hi guys, VST here, Valence Tech. Welcome back on my channel, guys. I wanted to do this for a while, but since I got my hands some weeks ago on the Note 20 Ultra, probably a week, I've been doing some extensive testing, and as such, I wanted to see how does the Exynos 990 perform in gaming conditions, right? Yeah, I know it sounds a bit contradictory having Exynos 990 and gaming, but hey, I want to test it. And in this video, actually, I'm gonna go a bit further. I've been reading that disabling the game optimization service, or GOS, right, boosts your performance. But apparently it's not so easy to do this on Android 11. You can actually not really uninstall it since it's a system application. You can only disable it. There is an ADB method, or you can do it also the way I did it with an application. So we're gonna be using here PerfDoc, very professional, I would say, FPS testing on the Genshin Impact. And I'm gonna share right now, guys, if I go here into my CCSVE tool, which I use to disable packages, we're gonna see that I have actually everything enabled, right? So, without any further ado, let's do some gameplay right now. Nothing special here, no other optimizations, just have the phone on FHD+, okay? Now, very important disclaimer, guys, I'm indeed running the game into the highest settings possible, right? And I'm gonna show this to you once the game loads, okay? You might want to ask why I'm using here the Genshin Impact. Well, three things, guys. Really, it's one of the best games that I played recently. Second, it does put a lot of strain to the phones, right? And then third, yeah, why not? Right, starting the game here, guys. We can see the FPS, it's about 50-60. Of course, we're right now not into the game. And guys, I'm gonna also start logging right now, because then we can together review the log online, right? So right now, you can apparently see I'm down to 44 frames per second. And when I click here to the menu, guys, I can show you when we go to the settings and we go here into the graphics, we see it's already overclocked. So what I pretty much do, I go for the highest and then bump them to 60 FPS. All right, so this is really like all the best settings we have, okay? So let's try to do a gameplay. You can see the frame rate, guys, 25, 35, 46. So it's not 100% very stable, but it is what it is, guys. And I've been doing the same test on my OnePlus 8 Pro with the 865 Qualcomm Snapdragon chip, so that we can really compare that one. Alright, but here, the sake for this exercise is to just do this with the game optimization service. Then I'm gonna stop the game. I'm gonna disable all these Samsung game optimization services, game boost whatsoever, and we're gonna be testing this one more time. First I need to survive, of course. All right, 43, 45. Okay, yeah, we've seen better, definitely. It is not so bad, guys, right? I know people are saying that the Exynos 990 is not good enough for gaming, you know, maybe not good enough for competitive gaming, which I think one guy in my channel told. I think Atul, that goes to you. But if you do play some casual gaming like I do, I think you will not have a big problem with it, because we can just see that it does really work, right? Still, Exynos 990 a bit falls down compared to the Snapdragon, and we're gonna be testing this so that you can have this also in another video. Alright, let's go back to the test. Okay, now we see enough, yeah, it's not very good, right? It's not ideal, guys, but it is as good as it gets, okay? Now we have a cutscene. Alright, even the frames in the cutscene are not perfect. 50 frames, I see 48 frames. You can see, by the way, guys, the graphic here in the pink or the lila, all these points are actually the frame rate, right? The one that you see here actually in orange is the junk, which means pretty much the stutter times. And we also have the stutter with this blue pix interval. But just forget about this and just look at the little line. It is not stable at all, right? But then again, guys, this game is really very heavy intense. Okay. Alright, some animations. Okay, I just want to go into a more open space. Let me just take first that one. Okay. No, it's definitely playable, right? Again, if you're a competitive gamer, you might hate this, but I'm not. So I would just say it is doing a not so bad job. And by the way, the phone even is not so hot. You know, let me just put a CPU monitor here so that we see how hot the phone is running or not. 42 Celsius. That's not really too much, right? I think that's rather like okay. Right, we're now back. Alright, guys, now, okay, here. I want to go into a bit more open world so that we can just see really how it's gonna behave. Alright, no, not here. I'm just gonna go that route. I would say it's above 30, but we need to see the end result with the perf stock. Okay, this is really where I wanted to go, guys. It's kind of like an open, really scene here, not in the wood, and we can just see how bad it can go, or not so bad, right? It really depends. I think from what you can see on the screen, it's really playable, right? It's not probably the best experience, probably not the best experience, and OnePlus 8 Pro with the 865 chip is probably gonna do better, but we're gonna test into another video, guys. Now, guys, let me just kill the game, okay? I'm gonna kill the game, and we're gonna be disabling here all the game optimization services. Alright, guys, now time for some play. Let's open here the CCV manager, and we're going to be disabling pretty much everything game related. No, of course not the Mali drivers, but let's disable here the Adreno drivers. Let's disable game booster, let's disable game launcher, and also game optimizing service, right? So I'm just going to close everything again. And let's try to reopen the game again, and we're gonna be starting here another record, and let's see if it's gonna be better or not. Okay, so I am starting right now the Genshin Impact. Let me just start the recording right now. Boom, starting it. Now we have 30. Oh, see, it's not better, guys. Not sure why. Probably in some other games like PUBG or Call of Duty, but Call of Duty was anyway maxing 60 FPS. From what I see here, this is definitely not going better than what we had before. Let's try to simulate some fights. Okay. I can also not say that it's worse, but there is no noticeable improvement, guys. It's just pretty much the way it was, okay? But you know, I just want to go back because I want to be into the very same environment where I did the previous recording. And now we can see now this was really a big stutter here, and you can also see this on the graph, like this blue peak here means we had a stutter, right? Let's go with Amber, let's choose Amber a bit. Let's fire some nice animations here. Yeah, maybe, lady, don't be so proud. Alright, 39, 40 FPS, I'm not sure. Probably a bit stable, we have to see. We have to see what the average frame rate is going to be. From what I see right now on the screen, it does look to be a bit more steady and stable compared to what we had previously. And we have not so often peaks, because remember, these blue peaks here is actually the stutter, right? And it does seem that it's still a bit better, right? So we're not really getting higher frame rate, right? But at least the stutters, I think, are not so often. I think this is one of the best indications, because you can see frame rate is about 40, 30, 40, but it's rather stable, right? And these blue peaks again, we're gonna analyze them after this, but these blue peaks again are happening not so often, right? And I think before they were just here and there. Okay, another peak here, I'm not sure, guys.
I'll race you there.
Alright. Okay, let's choose here the character. Yeah, I think now that... Okay, now we have a bit more peaks. Yeah. It's still okay, now we have a real fight, so let's just try to do this. Okay. Don't mess with me, guys, because you know I'm the boss of Genshin Impact, okay? Alright, guys, I would say that's pretty much enough, guys. I'm just gonna hit the pause here. Guys, what I'm interested in to see is if there is any difference when you disable the game optimization service, the game launcher, the game booster. In fact, our experience, or my experience right now with Genshin Impact and the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra running the Exynos 990 shows almost no impact. Even a bit worse, but provided the fact that I played less time and that we didn't have too many cutscenes, I would say could be rather normal. So let's just dive in, guys. Something I want to still share. This here, this 38 FPS on an average, you can see that the frame rate is not as stable, and you can see how often we have stutters. So these blue peaks are the stutters, okay? When we see the same information, right, for the situation where the game optimization service was disabled, you can see that the frame rate is a bit more stable, right, which is actually providing you with a better user experience. But hey, see the blue peaks, right? We didn't really have so much stutter, right? But then again, I'm not sure. This is probably just some tiny details. Overall, I would still say doesn't really make any kind of difference. We can see also the peak memory, you know, when I was using the GOS and when I was not using the GOS, and we can even see the average CPU and etc. now. When the GOS is disabled, it seems that I'm consuming a bit more average CPU and etc. and etc. So guys, it's pretty much equal. This is what it seems to me, but please share your experience with this into the comments down below. I'm gonna be doing the same with the OnePlus 8 Pro, testing the Qualcomm Snapdragon. Of course, not disabling the game launcher. They're probably gonna do like the Snapdragon 865 versus the Exynos 990. But at the end of the day, I wanted to do this video just to understand if really disabling the GOS will give you some benefits. I will just say right now, not too much benefits, but hey, it's probably still better to disable that one. And again, if you like videos like this, guys, please subscribe for this channel. If you have any questions, hit me into the comments down below. Please stay safe, and we're gonna be catching up in my next video. VST, over and bye.